So this part, the add and subtract rational expression, okay? I separate it into two types. So you look at page 44. Type 1 is when you have constant denominator. Constant means no variable, okay? Just a number there. It's just, if it's 7, it's always 7, right? It doesn't change. Denominator, right? So in the denominator, you don't have variable, okay? So we'll start with that. This type is easier. So that means at the end, you don't need to get any restrictions, right? There's no variable in the denominator. Now the main focus is on type 2. Okay, type 2 is when you have variable in the denominator, then it will be a little bit trickier to get the common denominator, right? Because we're used to getting common denominator for constants. So let's start with a constant denominator. We'll review how we used to add fraction. Okay, it's the same idea. Like over here, we have 5 over 7 plus 1 over 2. So Marcus, how do we add those two together?
Wouldn't you change the denominator to the same? So like over 14?
14, very good. So you need to get a common denominator first. Decide what a common denominator is. In this case, it's 14. Because 14 can factor into 7 and 2. So it includes both factors. Okay, right now you may think, oh, this is so easy, why even bother explain, right? Later, it will be more difficult when we have variables, okay? So just keep this in mind. The common denominator you should be enough to, should be including both of the denominator inside, okay? So even if, let's say if I change the 2 into 14, the common denominator is still 14, okay? You don't need to use 7 times 14, okay? We want to use the lowest common denominator. Okay, so once you get here, then you write the whole thing over 14. Okay, what do we put on the top now, Evan?
The 5 and 1, but you have to like multiply it so it becomes. Actually, I don't know how to explain this.
One by one, okay? What do we do with the 5?
You multiply that by 2.
Okay, very good. 5 times the 2, and then?
And then you do that equals 10, and then you do 1 times 7, that equals 7. And you add those together, those give you 17.
Okay, very good. Okay, so you compare the original denominator with the new one, right? 7 and 14, 7 needs to times by 2. So the 5 times 2. And then you compare the second denominator, 2 needs to times 7. So the 1 needs to times 7. Okay, you compare the old denominator with the new denominator, then that will tell you what you need to multiply with. Okay, so of course you can add them up on the top. Now that we'll use the same idea, okay, for the right side. I still pick, pick 2 and 7, right? So common denominator is the same. Is 14 again. Okay, so here's 14. So Amanda, what do we put on the top?
2m plus 3 times 7.
Okay, 2m plus 3 times 7. Yeah, and then?
Minus 3m plus 4 times 2.
Okay, times 2. Okay, so the times 2 I'm going to put at the front. Okay, so if you see a subtraction, remember the subtracting the whole fraction on the right side. Okay. So that means, remember you need to have brackets okay? In the numerator, if it's more than one term, so you can put a bracket around it so you remember together. So the subtraction for the numerator is affecting both of the terms, okay? So when you expand, it's the -2 that multiply into the brackets. Okay, so I'll let you guys simplify the top. Expand the brackets and combine like terms. Okay, when you finish, you can raise your hand. Okay, should be done by now. How's everyone doing? Expand and collect the like terms. Anyone's having trouble here? Okay, Brandon, what do you have? Brandon?
Yep. I have 8m
8m
and 13
plus or minus?
plus.
Plus 13. Yeah? Is that what you got?
Yes.
Okay. How about Ivy? What do you have?
I have the same answer.
Same answer. Okay. Yeah. So expand. Remember the subtraction. Okay. The -2. It will change the 4 into -8. Okay. So it becomes subtract 8 instead of +8. So just be careful when there's a subtraction. This one has no restriction, right? Denominator has no variables. Okay. Marcus, do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, so the bottom three, 4 question. Okay, we'll do 2. Okay, 2 first. We'll check those 2. You work on those 2 by yourself first, and then I'll ask some of you to tell us your answer. Okay, your steps. So be careful here, right? Like I said already, subtraction there, right? So be careful when there's subtraction. When there's subtraction, right? Question B, just do A and B right now. Please write down this common denominator before you begin, okay? You can raise your hand once you finish A and B. For question B, the 1, right? 1, you can just think of it as 1 over 1, right? It's still a fraction, right? If you see a 5, 5 is the same as 5 over 1, right? If it's just an integer itself, it's like over 1. Okay, let's check the common denominator first. Elaine, what's the common denominator for A?
6.
Yep, very good. Okay, so your first line should look like this, over 6. And then you figure out what each numerator need to multiply with. After that, you just expand the bracket, combine the like terms. Please raise your hand if you finish A and B. Anyone has questions so far? Anyone has question about what to put on the numerator? We'll go over A, okay, while other people are still working. But by now you should finish question A, right? At least. So Angela, can you tell me what to put numerator, the first line? Angela?
Hello. Uh, I got 4t minus 5
Mm-hmm.
plus 3 bracket 3t plus 2
Yeah.
minus 2 bracket 2t plus 1.
Okay, very good. So the first fraction, you don't need to multiply anything, right? So you don't even need to put brackets around it, nothing to multiply. Okay, Brandon, have you finished the question A?
Almost.
Okay. When you finish A, you can let me know.
Yeah, I got A.
Okay, so what do you have for your final answer?
90 minus 1 over 6.
90 minus 1 over 6. Okay, so let's see if that's the correct answer. We'll expand the top, okay? So 4t minus 5, 3 will go in, right? So you get plus 9t plus 6. No change of sign. For the next bracket, you need to take -2, right? So you need to remember to change the sign. -40 minus 2. So you can see the 40 canceled out, right? 40 minus 40 is gone. So you're left with 90. And then -5 plus 6 is 1. 1 minus 2 is -1. Yep, very good. Okay, that's correct. Okay, Selena, are you done with B?
No, do you just like bring the denominator up for the part with the brackets?
What do you mean? Write the denominator up? What do you mean?
How did you get like 3 bracket 3t plus 2?
Oh, how do we get that part? Okay, so what you do is you compare the new denominator, which is 6, right? You compare with the original one. Original is a 2. Let me start. Okay, so 2 needs to times it by what to make 6?
Oh, okay. 3.
Yeah, okay. So the numerator will need to do the same thing. Top and bottom, the idea is top and bottom both multiply by the same thing. Okay, the bottom times 3, so the numerator also times 3. Let's check the common denominator for B. Colin, what's the common denominator for B? Colin. Okay, let me see. Okay, very good. He said 30. Okay, so 30. So we'll have the whole thing over 30. So Selena, once you finish the first line, the numerator, you can let me know. We can check together.
I got 6 bracket 5x subtract 1
Good.
plus 30
Yeah.
and then subtract 5 bracket 4x subtract 3.
Yeah, very good. Okay, the 30 is because it's the 1 over 1, right? Same as 1 over 1. So denominator needs to times 30. So the numerator also just times 30. Okay, and Harry, what's your final answer for this?
10x plus 39 over 30.
Over 30. Okay, let's see if that's right. Okay, we expand 30x minus 6 plus 30. Now it's -5 that goes in, right? So it'll be -20x plus 15. So we have 30x minus 20x, that makes it 10x. And then -6 plus 30, that's 24, right? 24 plus 15 makes 39. Yep. Okay, so I think there shouldn't be a problem, right? With add and subtract with constants. So we'll finish C and D before the break. And then, yeah, so after we finish C and D, we'll take a break. For question C, you can see that there's already a bracket in the numerator, right? So what you could do, right? You can just multiply this in first. So it looks like any other question, right? Make it look like something you already know. So the top will be 2x minus 6 to start with, okay? And then after that, you do the same thing, find the CD for each, and then get a common denominator. All right, so last two. Does anyone have questions? Jiawen, what's the common denominator you use for C?
12.
Okay, very good. And Marcus, what's the common denominator for D?
6.
Yeah, okay. So please raise your hand when you finish both. Okay, Evan, can I have your final answer for C?
I got 2x plus 11 over 12.
2x plus 11 over 12. Okay. Anyone else got different for C? Amanda, what do you have for question C?
Pardon?
What's your answer for C?
Oh, 2x plus 9 over 12.
2x plus 9 over 12. Interesting, because I just got an answer from Colin, I believe. He said 2x plus 10 over 12. So everyone's agree on 2x and 12, but not the plus 9, 10, 11, huh? Selena, what about you? What do you plus?
I got the same thing as the last one.
2x plus 10? Yeah, okay. Jenny, how about you?
I have 2x plus 2.
Plus 2, okay. So the plusing part, right, is the tricky part. I guess it's because the subtraction, right? As I mentioned before, it's always the subtraction that's making the mistake. We got all these variations. I think that's enough, right? Let's go over. The numerator, okay? Colin, not Colin. Let's have Ivy. Okay, what do you put in the numerator when we get a common denominator?
Like 3 times bracket 2x minus 6.
Yeah, continue.
Huh?
And then go on.
Minus 4 bracket x minus 1 bracket plus 24.
Plus 24. Yes, very good. Okay, the 24 is because the 2 is same as 2 over 1. Okay, so 1 needs to times 12. So the 2 needs to times 12, make it 24. So far, anyone wants to take off your answer from the list here? Anyone found a mistake so far? Okay, so we'll continue from here. So now we expand. Can I have Brandon? Brandon, can you expand the top for us?
8x minus
Where's
24.
the 8?
Oh,
Hold on. Where's the 8x?
wait. I messed it up. Wait, I think I messed it up. Nope. 6x minus 9.
Okay, where's the 9 come from?
Wait, sorry. 18.
Yes, okay, 6x minus 18. Continue.
That's 18. Negative 4x. Plus 4.
Plus 4, go on.
And plus 24.
Okay. All right, so anyone wants to take off your answer?
I do. 2x plus 2 is wrong because I didn't multiply the subtract sign into the
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay, so remember, right, like I mentioned before, it's -4 that should go inside, not just
Yeah.
the 4. Okay.
Yep.
Anyone else want to take away the answer? We have 3 contenders here. No one? Still keeping your answers? Okay, so let's combine, all right? 6x minus 4x, that part everyone agree, that's 2x. -18 plus 4, that's -14, right? -14 plus 24 should be 10 over 12. But this is not the final answer. Can anyone tell us what else we need to do? If you leave it like this, okay, it's 95%.
You have to simplify.
Yeah, what else? How do we simplify more?
2x plus 5 over 6.
2x plus 5 over 6. So you mean you cross out the 10 and the 12 like that? Like this, right? Is that what you meant?
Or I guess I don't know.
Okay,
I do
can
that?
we do that? Can we reduce 10 and 12? Help us out. Can we reduce 5 and reduce the 10 and 12, turn into 5 and 6? Does everyone agree? Can we do that? Can we cancel?
No,
Because?
because there's 2 terms on top.
Yeah, the top, okay, you have to remember this part. The way you cancel, I know we all like to cancel things, but you need to cancel at the right time, right? When you want to cancel stuff, you need to make sure they are factored. Okay, so just like the 9 on the top here, okay, the 9 here cannot cancel with the 6. Okay, because the 9 is attached to the 4x squared and the 6 is attached with the other terms, right? So if you want to do canceling, you need to factor first. Okay, this is a very common mistake that keeps happening in the homework as well. So over here, the 10 cannot cancel with the 12, okay? Because the 10 is attached to the 2x. So how do we simplify properly?
Do we take out 2 from 2x and 10?
Yeah, okay, so we need to factor first, okay? So just remember that you need to factor the GCF out. So now we have brackets, right? And then now the outside, the 2 is in between the 2 and bracket, it's multiplying. So it's okay to reduce. So 2 and 12 will reduce into 6. So your final answer, right, to get a perfect answer, you should have x plus 5 over 6. Okay, so this is really close, okay? Just one more step. It's something we learned last week, right? How to reduce, all right? Okay, last one. Okay, question D. What's your answer? Amanda, final answer for D.
5x minus 6 over 6.
Okay. Can we reduce the 6 and 6? Selena?
No,
No, okay, because why not?
it's like there's two terms on the top.
Yeah, okay, two terms, they are stuck together, okay, count as one factor, so you cannot cancel. Okay, let's see, do we have any other answers? Marcus, what do you have?
I got 5x plus. Oh, wait, for D,
Yeah, for D.
I got 5x plus 6 over 6.
Oh, they're really close. 5x plus 6, 5x minus 6. Any other ones? Evan?
I got the same as the first one.
Okay. Ivy? Ivy, what's yours?
The same as the no, never mind.
Eh?
Second one.
Second one? Okay, the plus 6,
minus 6.
the minus 6. Okay. Okay, we'll check. Okay, so more people get the minus 6. The x for the first one, you look at it as over 1. Okay, so 1 needs to times 6. That should, that should give you 6x. Minus, so we need to, second one, we need to times it by 3. Okay, the third fraction, we need to times it by 2. Last one, need to times it by 6. So that should be your first line. Okay. Now, Harry, how do you expand? Can you help us out? Harry, can you expand the numerator?
6x minus 3x minus 6 minus 6 plus 2x plus 6.
Yeah. Okay, so remember the negative should go in. And if we combine the like terms, okay, we have 5x, right? 6 minus 3 is 3 plus 2x, so 5x. And then negative 6 plus 6, those two will cancel each other, right? Minus 6 plus 6 will be gone. So you should be left with minus 6 over 6. And remember the 6 cannot cancel out, okay? So that's all for this question. You leave it like that. All right, so let's have a break now. We'll continue at 2:55. Okay, so if you have questions, you can ask me during the break.